What's up, Facebook? It's Pika here. Monday night, the 20th of November. This is episode 120, and I was lucky to have a day off. I'm really excited about that. It wasn't quite the day that I thought it would be because I ended up rushing around to do some stuff for work anyway, but it's okay. Um, Dropped baby girl off. Did a guest spot for Kamisha RM because she has her Dare to Be You program. The 7-day live series was meant for all of us to collaborate and show you different aspects of our program, the top 7 techniques that we have. But obviously she's going to dig deep once you join the 30-day program. And she is a confidence architect, but her whole point is to actually build you a lifestyle where you can do all these things on a daily basis and therefore create confidence as a lifestyle. So I highly recommend it. I actually enjoyed it. I learned a lot from it. Every time I talk to her, I learn something else about myself. So it's quite unique. Once I was done with that, I actually rushed home to get some notes that I had taken from a colleague of mine. So I sent it to her, and then I started the rest of my calls. I actually had another call on the bus all the way to the point that I got home with Miss Eb Tutor. She's actually a wonderful young lady who has been working really hard on her own business, and she's actually someone I look up to because she does her lives every day without fail. And I enjoy the things that she talks about. She and I vibe on like a different level. The kinds of things she does and talks about, she's able to interview a lot of people, and I've haven't quite figured out how she's built up her network, and eventually I will have one, but for now, suffice it to say that I really do depend on the fact that Crown for Success is such a good network of strong-willed, hungry, capable women who are actually out there trying to make their dreams come true somehow. So that was the second conversation. I actually ended up calling my aunt in Texas for a little while because she's getting older, you guys. I talked to you about her before. Her name, we call her Rasati in our family, and I was very lucky enough for her to pass down her nickname to me, which is actually very, very cool. And yeah, she's getting older. She was an integral part of our childhood when we were growing up because she was the Vidyaliyam teacher. She was a Montessori-based teacher in a one-house school where we had many different age levels, and she taught all of them. Her husband was the math teacher, and she was humanities and science. So they did everything together. They lived like stone's throw from the schoolhouse itself, and everybody who's anybody in Yogaville knows exactly who these people are. They were the Valapiles. They're very, very well-known teachers in Yogaville, and they were very responsible for bringing the whole community together. So where we just had a school before, when they started to take over, at Swamiji's request, they were able to pull the whole community behind them. They were able to take all the children and teach them new skills and put together a cultural skills showcase basically every year where they did Spring Fest, and it was just something that everyone started to look forward to. So I really do miss her, and as she's gotten older and after my uncle has passed on, it's almost as if I've been drawn to her further still, and I feel the need to spend more time with her, keep up with her, check in on her, see how she's doing. So, yeah, I tend to talk to her once in the morning and once in the evening, just to see what she's up to, just to see what she's doing. And I really do urge you guys, as your family members get older, please realize that they don't do as much as they used to do, and they do depend on you having time in your busy schedules to kind of just check in on them and say hi and see how they're doing. They do look forward to those interactions. They're not social media savvy like all of us are. They would rather hear your voice. They would rather really catch up with you in person if possible. And if not, just drop them a line. Just call them. It just takes 10-15 minutes, and it will make their entire day. So please, I've lived through both my grandparents passing. I've lived through, I don't know how many countless, family members who are just getting older. Life circumstances have changed a lot, and it really does mean the world to them for you to reach out. So that brings me to my subject for tonight. Actually, I want to talk about reach. In social media, it basically just means, how many people are you able to reach with your content? How many people are engaging with you? How many people see your content? How do you get your information or your message out in front of as many people as possible so you have as much reach as possible? Now, I've been using Boost on Facebook a lot lately, but I also realize that when I do Boost, yes, I get thousands and thousands of, people looking at my material, but it's not the kind of reach that I actually want. Before I started boosting my posts, I do realize that I had a lot of people who would just click and comment. They would like and share. They would comment on my posts, and they would engage with me, and that's the kind of reach I'm actually looking for. As much as I would love to have people like all of my pictures, that's cool and everything, I would rather know if you resonate with what I'm saying. I would rather know if you connect with me on some level, because it's based on this kind of reach that I'm trying to figure out who's out there, what you all need, what I have that you might actually benefit from, and then how to get it to you. How do I even say this? I find that obviously, video is top because it's very quick and you actually get the message across. You get to read a lot from, the person's facial expressions, the tone of their voice and everything. You get to see a lot more. It's almost like being in front of somebody, but not quite. The next would be, I think the next would be pictures, actually, as far as popularity. And then from there, it'd be audio, and then obviously the written word. I've tried all four mediums. I'm most comfortable, obviously, with audio because I feel like I can go on and talk to you about some things and not really worry about how it is I look. I don't have to worry about lighting. I don't have to worry about exactly how tired I look. All of that's almost irrelevant, but it does make a difference. I'm not saying that I'm self-conscious by any means. If you've noticed that I've started doing lives every day, it's a gratefulness project that I try and do first thing in the morning, trying to get my mindset right in the morning. Not that I don't already do this without the project itself, but I wanted to have an excuse to get in front of people, and I wanted to present material that would be beneficial first thing in the morning for me. Obviously, the time difference is different for you, and in general, time isn't really linear. So whenever you see it is when you see it, and that's when you needed to see it most, is what I feel. Nothing is by accident. I don't understand all the ins and outs as far as social media and marketing. I am still learning. It is still a work in progress, but I do feel like as many mediums as you can incorporate into your platforms for content actually does help. Now, I have mentioned this young lady before. Miss Cheryl has been a godsend. She has at her disposal a list of beneficial YouTube videos. It's actually a playlist of hers on her own channel. So if you'd be interested, I would love to share. Her name is Cheryl Chapman, SHERYL CHAPMAN. If you were to look her up, you won't see that she has very many people subscribed to her channel. That's not the point. What you need to look for is the playlist. The playlist has over 900 videos that she's carefully, throughout the last, 10, 15 years, carefully curated this playlist of information that she thinks is very, very important and beneficial to her. And because she wanted to keep it for her, she's able to put this playlist up for everyone else to see as well. So if you're looking for guidance, if you're looking for, just some inspiration and new information as far as what you can and cannot, get done, I think it would be really helpful to check that out. Check out the playlist. Now, she's been able to help me focus my energies and my efforts. As you all know, I'm on Facebook. I have my own Facebook business page. I also have my personal page. I also have a business page on Instagram. So those three locations are available to you. The other thing is I'm actually on SoundCloud. Now, this is something I started before I even met Miss Cheryl. Basically, I was looking for a medium whereby I could put up the podcast, but you didn't have to scroll through all the other posts on my page to find each episode. So SoundCloud for me was the best possible medium of everything that I knew of at the time. So all of my episodes from this Night Owl podcast series is actually up on the SoundCloud, my SoundCloud site. So it's soundcloud.com/RASATH1. So for anything that you would that you're looking for as far as where to find me, if you search RASATH1, you'll be able to find most everything. The only exception being Twitter, which is RASATH11. So Twitter is attached to Periscope, so both of those are under RASATH11. So yes, as I mentioned, all of my podcasts are on the SoundCloud platform. Recently, when I hit 100 episodes, I actually ran it by her because I had already had the idea to put the the podcast on YouTube. I wasn't sure if it was a good idea. I did realize that, I needed to expand my platforms once again and include another venue where people can actually find my my material. And lately, I've been slowly uploading all of my podcasts from the beginning episodes all the way up until now. I should be caught up by December 31st, mostly because I'm ready to start a new chapter, I think, by January 1st, 2018. So the other place to find me would be youtube.com/RAS. Well, it's actually not RASATH1 yet because I don't have many subscribers yet. That will actually come eventually, but I am there. If you want to search for me on the YouTube platform, you will actually be able to find the Night Owl podcast series. That's actually saved as a playlist, and it all has the same imagery as on Facebook and on SoundCloud. So the Bitmoji image of me talking about good vibes is basically what you're looking for when you search for my name. So I am expanding my reach. I am expanding where you can find me because I realized through listening to Gary Vee and several other people that it's not enough to be in one on one platform. You have to kind of branch out and be where your audience would be. Obviously, I don't know who all my audience is. A lot of people are still finding me. A lot of people are not sure. I'm not sure where to find the kind of content that I have, and I'm hoping that with this podcast episode, you'll be able to search for me and find me a little bit easier. I am on Snapchat. I don't use it for business as much. It's basically somewhere where my daughter and I kind of just mess around and play with the filters and just have fun. But eventually that will also become a little more geared toward the business and a place where I can try to reach people as well. So yeah, reach being the kind of reach that I want anyway is more engagement based, not so much as followers, not so much likes and shares. It's more engagement based. I would like to be in a position where I can effectively transfer my material from one place to another. Eventually, I will find a way to do my Facebook lives and my Instagram lives at one shot instead of doing one after the other. It's all a matter of trial and error. So the fact is I'm trying, and as I try, I'm learning different things. I'm learning that, this is redundant. Why am I doing this twice? And then I start searching for the solutions that I would need. Obviously, I don't know any of this stuff ahead of time. I kind of have to wing it and figure it out on the way. So I hope this helped. I'm hoping that if you have any suggestions, comments, questions, critiques, criticisms, whatever, please do reach out. I really do appreciate you even taking the time to listen to me. Yeah, I'm going to call it a night. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful Monday, morning or night, whichever time zone it happens to be for you, and I will catch you again tomorrow, okay? Y'all take care. Bye.